Greetings. My name is Tamala Farron, and welcome to Magic with Tamala. Today I'd like to talk about some stones. Now, one of the things that I really love is carrying stones with me. I have a tendency to have them all over the house and tend to bring in a lot with different aspects of energy, because each stone is like each human being. It has its own creative force behind it. And of course, it always amplifies and extends our own energy. So that really is a plus with so many different things. One of the stones I'd like to discuss is Smoky Quartz. Smoky Quartz is so good for so many different things. But one of the things that I really enjoy about it is the amplification of psychic abilities. It tends to use a protective shield, if you will, and it amplifies. So if you're putting it on a table that you're doing a reading for, or if you put it on say the altar where you're doing a spell for perhaps psychic dreams or understanding of something that has occurred to you, this will not only amplify, but it will literally protect what you're doing. It's a very calming, peaceful stone. So if you have a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of perhaps emotional issues, it will also help with that. It is a very versatile and useful stone to have around. And I tend to love it because there are so many things that I do that I mean, you can get like this one here, it's like a clear smoky quartz, but you can get some that are almost black. They're beautiful, and they really do bring down the energy for a calming atmosphere. So I tend to put them around the house and keep them handy. I tend to keep one in my purse or on me if I'm wearing jewelry. I tend to really like that as well. But it's one of the go-to stones that I love having around. And one of these days I will show you all of my stones and explain how some people tend to think it's new agey to have stones and crystals, but witches have been doing that for centuries. We know how important the Earth Mother is and how to utilize all that comes from her. It's the extent of who we are and what we do and how we feel about everything around us. And just like our wand or a thami or a staff or a sword is an extension of who we are and amplifies to continue our magic, so are the stones and crystals that we use. Not only do they add their own energies, but they can continue and amplify what we're doing. And they can clear and help and connect. And it's so important to take all of this and actually focus with it. That's why you can use a stone grid, which, by the way, we will be taking up in a month or so. That's why you use stone grids, to not only amplify the energy, but to disperse it throughout your home and your magic. It's such a gift. And no, I do not believe in damaging or hurting or ruining stones. A lot of my stones are raw, and they are as they were brought up, as they are found, and most of my stones were gifts to me. so I don't even pay money. There's been a real rare few that have come my way that I've found that I've wanted so bad that I've spent money on. But usually they're gifts. And that not only makes them more personal and magical to me, but in a way I feel like I'm saving a life because they're safe with me. I treasure them and I connect with them. So they're a part of me as I am a part of them. And that's what magic's all about, is when you're using stuff around you, whether it's herbs or it's stones, anything that is natural is a connection to the Earth Mother. We're all connected. And that's what makes it so special. So the second stone I'm going to show you is very, very important to me. And it is Lapis Lazuli. Absolutely lovely. And I've had this stone now since like 1986. Long time. And it is an absolute beauty. I love this stone. And I walked into a store and a friend of mine was like, oh geez, this is a bunch of stuff that I've just gotten in. Take a look, let me know. And I would bring in herbs, packaged herbs for her, and in trade she would give me stuff that I wanted, like stones or books or whatever. And to be honest, it didn't cost me anything to go out and gather these herbs out of fields and woods and prepare them. It didn't cost me anything, but in the long run, it saved my butt a lot by having it transferred into funds that I could get stuff I needed. And one of the things that I fell in love with was this stone. I literally came back like 15 times before I asked for it. And at the time, I wasn't really acquainted to the properties of this stone. But at the time that I got it, I was pregnant with my second child, and I was having a lot of issues with dehydration and morning sickness, and one of the things, concentration for meditation, the whole 9 yards. And this actually helped me. It calmed me down. It helped heal. And I was very impressed at the energy it gave off. Lapis Lazuli is an unimaginable quantum jump from the basics. It literally is one of the most healing stones on the planet. And it is absolutely wonderful. My oldest son who I was pregnant with when I got this, was hyperactive as a child. And to calm him down, to relax him, I had gotten him a round Lapis Lazuli, and I would hand it to him and say, okay, now what do you do? And he would go and he would calm down and meditate on his bed holding this stone. It was like night and day, the energy, the change that would happen and come from all of this. He carried that stone with him for years, and loved it. And it was what calmed him down. We were talking about 2-3 months ago, and he asked me outright, he goes, what was that stone again? And I said, Lapis Lazuli. And I think it's because a part of him still realizes that when he's holding that, it's a connection, it's a calming atmosphere, almost like running water. It's relaxation, it's a healing from within, and it settles you, it relaxes you, it brings forth energy that makes you not only connect to the Earth Mother, but it connects you to the peace and calm of nature. So Lapis Lazuli, a good thing to have. Okay, the next stone that I am going to show you, we'll go with this one, is Labradorite. Now, I don't know if you can see, but throughout the stone there is a light, and it literally is translucent, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I was introduced to this stone back in the early 90s, and I had one stone, could never find anything else of it. I had one stone, and was absolutely, this stone was either on my altar or resting in my stone garden, or it was constantly around me, and I couldn't get enough of it. And then in one year I was gifted like 3 rings and 2 single terminated stones like this. Ooh, that showed up pretty. Look at that. And when the light hits it, it reflects the most beautiful colors. And it is really powerful for magic. You take it, you utilize it, use it in your spells, use it with your candles, use it with your talismans, use it when you're in circle, use it as jewelry for personal connection to magic and power and energy. It is really good for amplifying what you're doing. If you're doing protection and even cleansing and working and blessing and everything that you could possibly do magically, this will amplify and gift the most incredible added energy to all that you do. It is, for lack of a better word, it is like history and wisdom combined in a stone. It is absolutely wonderful, the amplification that it bestows upon all that you do, whether it's walking, talking, magic, carrying it on you, putting it on your altar. It is a absolutely wonderful stone to have around. And I systematically tell you, get the stone, get it, buy some, gift it gifted, do whatever it takes. It's a beautiful addition to everything that you're doing and everything that surrounds you. I systematically, again, will say this. It's a good thing to have. It's a tool and a connection. I hope you like this video. There's another one coming up in about an hour. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy this one. Please click like. Please subscribe. And may you have a blessed Tuesday night. Take care, everyone. And thanks for dropping by.